planets, stars, deep sky objects like galaxies and nebulas.
Things that George Reynolds can always read about here at the Virginia Beach Public Library. But as a member of the Back Bay Amateur Astronomers and a NASA volunteer, it's not always enough.
It's one thing to see pretty pictures from the Hubble Space Telescope, but it's another thing to see it with your own eyes. You look at Saturn and see the rings, or see Jupiter and its moons.
Starting this week, everyone will have a chance to do that. The Astronomers Club has donated 2 Orion Star Blast telescopes to the library. All you have to do is check one out, just like you would a book.
So they, Monday morning at 10 a.m. became available to the public. By noon, they were both already on hold to go out to customers.
That's Katie Serqua with the library. She says the interest has been pretty crazy. Not only were they checked out immediately, but there's already a 30-person wait list.
The books are great for learning more and diving deeper, but you still want that tangible, real life, seeing it for yourself experience.
People who've never looked at the moon close up through a telescope, it just knocks their socks off.
The Back Bay Club's motto is bringing astronomy to Hampton Roads. Outside of hosting viewing events all over the region, there's really no better way to get people involved and looking up at the stars.
If we can inspire a young person or anybody to get involved in astronomy, they might even become a professional or an astronaut. Who knows?
In Virginia Beach, I'm Philip Townsend for 13 News Now.